Coming up on Cardinals Insider, Paul Goldschmidt is off to another great start.
There's just so much hard work that goes into it. There's so much failure in this game. So when you have that success, it obviously feels great.
Catch up with the MVP. Plus, Ryan Helsley recalls his immaculate inning.
Coming in right there, it was no different than the other night, not thinking about doing something like that.
And later, Dylan Carlson and Lars Newbar tells us a little bit about their teammates.
Andrew Kisner will take a mulligan after every shot if he could.
All that and more ahead on a brand new Cardinals Insider. Welcome to Cardinals Insider. I'm Ozzie Smith. Paul Goldschmidt is the reigning National League MVP, and he's picked up right where he left off last season. So we're leading off this episode with a Goldy player profile.
Albert Pujols, take it away.
Well, it is my honor to present this year, 2022 NL MVP to my friend and brother in Christ, Paul Goldschmidt. Congratulations, my brother. Enjoy.
It's just a great honor. I mean, it was awesome. It was a great year that I had and our team had, and to be honored like that was great. So it'll be something I'll look back on when my career's over. But honestly, if I wouldn't have won, I would have been okay too. It still would have been a great year and all the things, but it was great. Probably the number one thing was just I had so many people call me or text me, ex-teammates or coaches, all the way back to Little League, and just to be able to tell all those people how much they really impacted my life, and then, winning that award or having the year I had didn't happen without them. That was really cool to be able to tell a lot of people thank you and how appreciative I was.
Rosario going back, warning track, wall, it is gone, a home run, Paul Goldschmidt.
You're wanting to win, you're wanting to compete, so when you hit the ball and you did that, right off the bat it's gone or whatever. I mean, there's just so much hard work that goes into it. There's so much failure in this game. So when you have that success, it obviously feels great. And then we play a team sport, so especially, those walk-off hits and stuff like that can really impact the game. It's cool to be able to celebrate those with your teammates.
And the 1-2 delivery is hit hard and deep to left field. Get up! Get up! Gone! A walk-off grand slam home run for Paul Goldschmidt.
Most guys just kind of pick up a bat and use it, which is what I had always done, and I'd never switched bats and had a lot of success with it. But Marucci is now looking into, fitting a bat specifically to how your body moves and how you swing. So went down to their campus and we spent about 2 or 3 hours swinging different bats and taking a lot of measurements. And the knob is just one of the things. There was a few other slight adjustments, but you can see the knob, so that's what everyone talks about. But a lot of guys are doing that now where they, depending on how you swing and which hand is dominant and how your body moves, they can fit the bat to your swing, and it, should help you perform. You got to make adjustments, and so you can't do what you did when you were younger, and there's a lot of great young players that guys are always coming for you. So I think that was probably the biggest thing, is just not saying this is how I always done it, and figure out ways to get better and figure out adjustments that need to be made, and was thankful to be able to do that.
Last September was consumed with Albert Pujols' chase to 700. On September 17th, Albert hit a homer. But there was another historic achievement that night. Ryan Helsley saved the game with an immaculate inning. That means he needed just 9 pitches to strike out the side.
Coming in right there, it was no different than the other night, not thinking about doing something like that, obviously, but just went in with the same mentality and was able to come out of there with an immaculate inning.
And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
The 0-2 pitch with 1 out in the 9th. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Well, the Reds down to their last strike. 0-2, 2 outs. From the high set position, the pitch to Solano. A swing and a miss, a Redbird winner. 9 pitches, 9 strikes for Helsley.
It's really special, because Izzy was one of the first guys that kind of, helped me my first spring training here. I didn't have much of a breaking ball when I first got drafted, and he was one of the first guys to really help me and kind of push me in the right direction and show me the ropes, and so to be in the same conversation as the all-time Cardinals great is really special, and it's something I'll cherish forever.
On its way. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. Isringhausen strikes out the side. And he did it on 9 pitches, I believe. The 0-2.
He struck out the side. 9 pitches. Helsley, 9 pitches, 9 strikes, and the Cardinals take game 2.
I knew it after he fouled the 8th pitch off. I was like, I got a chance right here. So I told myself to make a good pitch in the zone and give yourself a chance to do it. And he swung and missed, and the rest is history.
Straight ahead on Cardinals Insider.
He's not afraid to express himself, so I feel like he get out on the dance floor and have some fun with it.
Lars and Dylan tell us all about their teammates in a rather interesting fashion. That's coming right up after the break. Last week, we made Andrew Kisner and Brendan Donovan answer questions about their teammates using cutouts of their heads. It was so much fun that we decided to have Lars Nootbaar and Dylan Carlson do it too.
Okay, first one. Who's the best cook?
Choosing Adam, simply because he seems like someone who could, cue it up on the barbecue nice and have a good evening.
I'm gonna go Tommy. I might be giving him a little too much credit here, but he's a smart guy, so I feel like he could figure something out in the kitchen, but also maybe some killer Korean barbecue or something like that, so I'm going with Tommy.
Who's the first to hit the mic at karaoke night?
I think it's got to be Wayno, man of many talents, and I think karaoke fits right in.
I'm gonna go curveball here, I'm gonna go T.O. A little Canadian anthem maybe, so I think T.O. could be a sneaky pick for that one.
Most likely to take a mulligan after the first tee?
Andrew Kisner. Without a doubt, Andrew Kisner. Andrew Kisner will take a mulligan after every shot if he could.
Agreed. Yep.
He said that.
From experience, yeah.
I'd take a mulligan after every shot.
Who's the least likely to nick up the tab at the restaurant?
I'm gonna go Andrew Kisner.
Go. Easily.
He loves it, yeah.
Easily.
I'll put myself up for that. I don't want to have to pay.
Best dancer.
I'm gonna go Juan Yepes. Came up in the minor leagues with this guy. He's not afraid to bust out a couple moves in the clubhouse, so I'm gonna go Yepes.
There you go. I think Tommy, real entertaining. He's not afraid to express himself, so I feel like he get out on the dance floor and have some fun with it.
If a zombie apocalypse were to occur, who's going to survive the longest and who's going to become a zombie first?
All right, I'm going with Miles to survive. I've said it before. He's kind of like a land and sea guy. He's got his boat, so if he needs to, he can go on his boat. And then Kiz, I feel like, would become a zombie first because pretty easy target, not a fast guy, maybe a little gullible too. So he's probably getting bit or whatever it takes. I'm going with Kiz.
For my choices, Brendan. I think he'd be really good at surviving for the longest. Simply, he just can do everything well. So, so pretty simple with that one. I chose Juan Yepes for probably the first one to be gone. He's an easy target. Yeah. He's really nice and really approachable. So he may invite him in.
Most obsessed with their pet.
Oh, this is easily. We had 4 babies on the team last year, and this guy was only bragging about his dog. So I'm gonna go with Kisner.
Who's the most likely to run away and join the circus?
Gotta go Andrew. I just likes to be the center of attention. Likes talking a lot. Likes entertaining people.
I'm gonna go Wayno on this one. I think he also is a man of many talents, kind of an entertainer too. So once his career's over, you don't know what's gonna happen.
So on a commercial flight, who do you think would be the most likely to stand up first when the plane lands?
Okay, you can go him.
I think Juan, it's just simply because he's not from, he's from Venezuela, so maybe they do it a little different or something, but, he's just really nice, and I think he would almost be doing it, just to be polite.
I'm gonna go with Andrew Kisner again on this one. I know he's a popular pick, but we don't even fly commercial, and this guy's always standing up before we land, so I'm gonna go Kiz.
Coming up, we remember Ted Savage and his impact on the community. Stay with us. On January 12th, Cardinals alum Ted Savage passed away. Here's our Emily Stevens with more on his legacy.
Thanks, Ozzy. Ted Savage was a St. Louis area native and part of the powerhouse 1960s Cardinals, but he made the most impact as an alumni, helping launch Fantasy Camp and leading the way for the RBI program in St. Louis. I discussed Ted's legacy with Cardinals Care Executive Director Michael Hall and broadcaster Joe Pott during winter warm-up this past January. We're talking about everyone involved. We're talking about just how many ways that Cardinals Care reaches everyone and all the people that are involved in Cardinals Care. And Ted Savage really wouldn't be possible with all the work that he did, and he recently passed away. He was actually one of my first interviews when I first started here. I got to interview Ted at his golf tournament every year at Forest Park. What a great guy, former Cardinal. Let's talk about him and his lasting impact.
Yeah, so Teddy is special to me. When I first started in the organization, he was one of the first people that came and introduced himself to me. Teddy loved golf, like you mentioned, and he's a big reason why I play golf. I'm not good, but I like to play. He gave me my first set of golf clubs. I was playing in his tournament the first time I ever teed off on a tee box. He saw me, pulled me aside, said a few choice words to me, said, "You're embarrassing, you're terrible, you need to learn how to play." And that next week, he gave me a set of golf clubs. That's just the kind of guy he was. Teddy was great. I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with him, learning and coming up through the organization. And then I got the opportunity to work with Teddy. He was a great ambassador. If you saw Teddy, he usually had a St. Louis Cardinal ball cap on. He had so many different colors of the ball caps that matched all of his outfits, of course. But he was just a great guy. He really believed in giving back. He was one of the first in St. Louis to help support the RBI program, which is a Major League Baseball initiative. His tournament was set up to give back to the RBI program, which we continue even now and moving forward. So Teddy was really special to me. He was really special to the organization, and we're really going to miss him.
Yeah, Ted Savage, a Lincoln High grad, East St. Louis native, played for the Cardinals and then went on obviously to work for the Cardinals, and as you said, supporting Cardinals Care for so long. It's a big loss, not just for the organization, but for this area.
It is. And Teddy, he did a lot that he didn't talk about, that you might not see, maybe not in front of the cameras, if you will. He spent a lot of time in the community, he believed in the community, he loved the community, he loved the Cardinals, he loved being at the games, he loved being around the guys. He was a great storyteller, just a great guy. Really meant a lot to me, like I said, and a lot of my friends that I grew up in the organization working with, they all know the Teddy stories, and he was just so good to all of us when we were young, and just getting to know him as I grew as a professional, and getting to know him personally as I grew, as I matured. I don't know, I can't say enough about him. I'm gonna miss him.
The annual Cardinals Care Golf Tournament is named for Savage. This year's tournament is set for July 31st. For Cardinals Insider, I'm Emily Stevens.
And still to come, Polo Ascencio and Bengie Molina teach us some Spanish. Don't go anywhere.
The Cardinals Care Ted Savage RBI Golf Classic is coming to Whitmore Country Club on July 31st. Enjoy a round of golf and mingle with Cardinals celebrities, including Jason Isringhausen, Brian Jordan, and Ray Lankford, all while raising funds for charity. Registration includes golf with a Cardinals celebrity on course and pre- and post-golf refreshments, a golf swag bag, and more. Visit cardinals.com/golf to register.
Baseball is bilingual. The game might be America's pastime, but the Spanish-speaking world is crazy about the game too. You know, all Cardinal home games are broadcast in Spanish by Polo Ascencio and Bengie Molina. And on April 19th, those two brought a bunch of students to the ballpark for a baseball-themed Spanish lesson.
It was a lot of fun. What we did today was something very special to me. At the beginning, I was a little skeptical, I'm not gonna lie. But once I saw over 200 kids and teachers, adults of all ages being part of it, I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. We had a lot of props to talk about what was going on. I was very happy to see a lot of teachers that teach Spanish in the area show up with their class, and a lot of them were ready for us. Like every question that I had, hey, how do you say this? How do you say that? They knew it. And to me, that was very surprising and very fulfilling to know that everybody's open to learn. Everybody's open to what we're doing here. Everybody's open to what's going on with Cardinals on the radio. It was a lot of fun. One of the questions was like, how do you say baseball in Spanish? Baseball. It's just a little bit of pronunciation and the enunciation of the words, different things, situations of baseball, talking about gloves, about bats, about the baseball itself, about situations of the game.
We went through a bunch of stuff. We went through a baseball language, like home run, which is said cuadrangular. We talk about ball, it's bola, pelota. We talk about glove, guante, bat, all that kind of stuff that people are very interested. Jersey, camiseta. We went through a lot of items and a lot of things that were very, very, people think basic, but I think it's very important to know if you're doing what we are doing here, which is, doing the Spanish game. So I think it was so cool to be there. Just watching those kids paying attention to us and the way they were looking at us, like, I want to learn.
It's a global game now. So that's why baseball was important for Spanish people or Spanish-speaking people, and Spanish-speaking people are important for baseball because everywhere you go, there's Latin fans in the stands, and if there's Latin fans in the stands, that means that this is a good business, and as long as this is a good business, it's going to keep them growing.
When we return, I'm answering one of your questions. It's Ask Ozzy, and it's up next. Cardinals Insider is a team effort, and that includes you. We'd love to hear from you. To get in touch with the show, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click on the Contact Us tab. And while you're there, you can rewatch old episodes and check out our podcast too.
Newton News. I'm Lars Newpark.
It's all at cardinals.com/insider. It's time for this week's Ask Ozzy. Caitlin in Eureka, Missouri asks, what does it feel like when you get the call to the big leagues? Well, Caitlin, getting that call to the big leagues was, it was that dream come true, because we play and hope that someday we have the opportunity to play professionally. And when I got that call, I had a quick story. I had a coach who I thought was riding me day in and day out. I'm hustling, I'm giving everything that I have, and he called everybody Hoss. And he said, Hoss, I know you think I've been riding you a lot. He said, but it's for a good reason. You are going to get a call to you're getting a call to the big leagues. So it was a very special moment for me. He gave me a big hug and thanked me for the effort, and my big league career started. It was a nerve-wracking situation, as you can imagine. We were playing the San Francisco Giants, and one of my mom's favorite players was Willie McCovey, and I'm on the same field now with Willie McCovey. Never thinking that I would have the opportunity to stand next to one of the game's greats, and it was very surreal, and I can remember getting my first hit against Jim Barr and having Willie McCovey hand me the ball and say good luck and many, many more. Thanks for the question, Caitlin. If you want to submit a question, head on over to cardinals.com/insider and click the Ask Ozzy tab. But for now, don't go anywhere. There's more Cardinals Insider after the break.
All right, everyone. We need some Cardinal theme ticket ideas. We need them fast.
Don't we already have the best theme tickets?
Like Teacher's Night and College Night.
The Racing Night?
It's all on cardinals.com/theme.
This whole meeting could have been a letter.
Baseball features a long season with lots of ups and downs. There were plenty of both in April. But one thing is for sure, there were some great moments. Let's look back at the season's opening month in this week's Redbird Reel.
Just me and my team. Just me and my Just me and my team. 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 Just me and my team.
Tommy to his left, 360 spin. Perfect throw. Leathered Larson drive. That's a grand slam.
I know they be trying to watch the moves. Couldn't run them out in the shoes. I ain't got nothing trying to prove. Win some, I got lose. I'm an animal, but too much for a zoo. I'm the one that's usually breaking the rules. everything to make everything work. I got the tools.
Hit the wall. It's gone.
Just me and my team. Just me and my team.
Hammer down the line. A J-bomb. Jordan Walker's first big league homer.
Just me and my team. You can never come between. All I got is family. And you know they got me.
Deep to left. Did Arenado do it? Yes, he did. Number 300. Oh, he leaps up and he makes a great
Can't nobody else compete with me and my team. Just me and my team. Just me and my team.
Out of second base. And the tag in time. What a play by Kiss. Swing drive. Hammered right field. He ambushed him. He left. That ball's got a chance. That ball is gone. Ground ball. Cardinals win it on the first pitch.
That's it for this episode. You can always catch us online at cardinals.com/insider or watch full episodes on YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you right back here next week.